Hello peeps, welcome to a new episode. I think this is episode 12 and I am in a boat. Here's my dog. He's enjoying me boating around. Anyway, let's get on with this. So I've started and almost finished my boat on the external. So I now have to I've done the sails, I've sorted the sails out. They took me so long. And you can see all of these sheep here, had to shear them numerous times to get a vast amount of wool that I needed for the sails. I mean, if you're thinking that they are 25 to 20, I think 25 blocks wide on the bigger ones, and probably about 20 high, that is a large amount of wool. Anyway, let's just crack on. I don't know what, I'm just looking after my cattle here. I don't really have a plan with them. I'm just getting some more, making sure they're having fun and populating my cattle farm. Hello guys, you okay? Oh good. Right, anyway, let's get on with the actual build. I noticed my wandering trader was just in the middle of the sea. I'm not entirely sure what he was doing. So I said hello to him. He carried on spinning around and I ventured up to my boat. Yes, I got distracted with this, so I made sure I got rid of it. That was my step into the out of the water back onto my breakwater, so I could actually get out of the water every time I fell in it. So yeah, got rid of that. Did some inventory work. Decided that I missed some spruce or some oak. Topped up with some food. Realised that you can't actually do that in a blast furnace. Got rid of the obvious rotten flesh. And decided to have a sleep. Gotta have a sleep before a long day's work. And just checked out the days. Seems like I've been playing for a long time. 314 days. Now, I think it's 20 minutes per day, which would make 3 days per hour. And 314 days, by my maths, is 100 hours worth of game as a guesstimate. Now, that seems like a long, long time playing Minecraft. And I haven't actually done a great deal. Now I noticed that this wasn't rigged up, so I thought I'd get a lead for it and make sure that it didn't disappear. Said hello to my dog, moved him over a little bit, sat him back down. And made my way back over to the boat. Although I then decided, I don't think this was rigged up either. Don't want that one to disappear. But then I got distracted because then I thought, I'll go and save the wandering trader. Hello, what are you doing there? Have you got anything decent? No. Come on, in you get. And he got in my boat. And just as I was heading back, a waterlogged zombie came around. And I thought I'd just let him suffer, which seems really bad. But then he disappeared into the water in any case. So I had to head down, dispatch of him. After I've tied up the boat, of course. There he is. Come on, little fella. You're not going to get me with that shell. Back to the boat and the job in question. So the idea for today, as you can see, I've done all of my sails. The idea for today is to simply finish off the sails themselves by putting in ropes from the front of the boat all the way to the back. And it would require 2 ropes from the front sail, 2 ropes between the front sail and the main sail, and then 2 ropes between the main sail and the rear sail. I'm sure they have particular names, and then 1 rope from the rear sail all the way back to the I want to say bow. Is it the bow of the boat? I'm really, really bad with my boat descriptions, but I'm going to say for the purpose of this recording, the rear of the boat. So I'm just making sure that I've got plenty of items. I also realised that I need to get to the top, and rather than building all the way up with wool, which is what I've been doing, I should really put a ladder in. I didn't really account that I would need more ladders, so I went back down, got myself some ladders, guesstimated as to how many I'd need. 9 probably wouldn't have cut it, so I made some more. That will probably be sufficient. Made my way back up. And got all the way to the top of the mainsail. Now, the idea at the top of the mainsail is to do a crow's nest, because that's exactly where it was. And I'm following a tutorial to a certain extent. That I put it in my last video, and I'm following along as much as I possibly can to the tutorial, but I have to go off piste a little bit because I don't want it to be identical. I want to have my own little kind of slant on it. So yeah, start off making the crow's nest with the spruce stairs, but because I've put a ladder there, the crow's nest can't be completed all the way round as if it would normally be, because the ladder is there and it wouldn't actually allow me to put the crow's nest all the way round. So I make it slightly bigger, I think. Have a little dithering around here because I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do. Have a little think on it. Takes me far longer than it should have done. And I start building the crow's nest using trapdoors. This takes me a little while because for whatever reason I struggle to realise that I'm sitting down, and because I'm sitting down it doesn't open the trapdoor on Bedrock, it places another one up, which is really, really good if you want to place things on barrels rather than opening the barrel. If you sit down, then you can place things onto the barrel, which I didn't find out for a long, long time, but it's really good with trapdoors and things like that. So I start making the outside of the crow's nest with oak trapdoors, which again, it takes me far longer than it should have done. I'm embarrassed the way that I tried to place these oak trapdoors, but I eventually get there. Now I'm using the shears and wool because wool seems like a much easier way rather than using up axes. I can just shear off the wool and pick them back up again. So that is my solution for the crow's nest, because I can't, as you can see, I can't put all the steps all the way around, and if I make it a little bit bigger, then the crow's nest will be marginally too big and it's not going to be entirely square, which is exactly how this is. So I leave the front of the crow's nest off so I can get up on the ladder and then put the trapdoors around it. But I do find out, as you can see in a second, that when I'm placing the trapdoors down, it sits on the outside. So again, I have a little ponder on this. It takes me far longer than it should do, but I take it off eventually. I don't have an axe anymore because I haven't brought an axe up with me. And then I place it on the inside, which then makes it perfectly square. However, I then realise I have this issue. Now, I could have taken them all down, as you can see. I did start thinking about that, so I could square it off, but I wasn't sure whether or not if I squared that off and put that on the inside of the block, so it sits square like those ones, whether or not I'd actually be able to get up the ladder. So I leave it as it is, and I just take that as one of those issues. And I drop all the way down rather than onto the wool and die. Now, that is the first time I die today. It's not the last time I die, because I have many falls from the top of those masts, as I did when I put them up and was actually doing the wool. So I went around and got all of my items back. It took me a little while. And then I make my way back up. Again, trying to get off this ladder. It's embarrassing sometimes how I play Minecraft. Eventually I decide I need to go higher to make that jump, get all my items back, do some inventory work, and then go to bed. It's tiring. Playing Minecraft through my eyes is tiring. Get back up to the crow's nest and start work again. Now I will need to put my main sail flag. So this is what I'm doing. So I take what I think is a stone fence post, but it's not. It's a stair block. Embarrassing, really, really embarrassing, and I have to make the most of my embarrassment. I think this is where to go off and have a cup of tea because I'm so embarrassed of myself. Anyway, back down we go. Go and have a look for some stone fencing. It's actually polished turf fencing. Don't find any, so I have to make some. Eventually, when I figure it out, I make some polished turf stone, and then I make some wool. Wool? I don't make any wool, I make some wall. Some fencing. It is wall, isn't it? It's not fencing because it's not made of wood, but it's stone wall. Make my way back to the ship. Get my way back up to the crow's nest. I haven't brought a pickaxe, so embarrassed. Yes, I look through my inventory. I still don't have a pickaxe. And then embarrassingly, I slowly dismantle this stair. Realise that I can't jump up and put the wall down. So I have to go back to using my wool. I build up to put the fence on top of it. This is my flagpole essentially. It's going to be the main mast sail flagpole, so it needs to be quite high. I realised that I put some wool on top of it before I put my flag all the way up, and then I start beginning to build my flag using the wool again. And the idea with the wool is to make it look like it's waving in the air, so it doesn't want to be completely flat. So I give it some texture, remove all the bits of wool that I don't need. And this isn't going by the tutorial, this is just basically made. And another fall. Yep. Back up we go. Now, as you can see on the masts, I've had to put down, I call them, and I fall again. Patience, 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 patience. Yes, on the masts, I found out this quite poorly, in a sense that if I didn't light up the masts in the night time, I had lots of beasties ending up on the masts and then causing me no end of problems. Don't know what I'm doing here. I think what I was trying to do is I had my helmet in one of the hotkey areas and I was trying to put it on my head, and I can't remember what the actual command is to get it on your head from that section. Anyway, I'm going up in the air just to have a look at my flag, just to see what it's like, and I'm happy with that. That looks good. That looks like it's waving in the air, so perfectly happy. Hello. Back down we go. Make our way back to the ship, and then on my way get distracted as usual, realise that I keep falling down that little rivet that's in the sand outside of my pub, so I fill it in and then make my way back to the ship, falling in. Then back up to the ship. It's going dark, probably should have a sleep, so I do. Now I'm making I'm not entirely sure what this is called, but it's like, I'm going to call it the Pokey thing. It's like the pokey thing that goes at the front of the ship. It's like a pointy. You know, like orca whales have a horn on the front. Well, it's very much like that, and I can't remember what it's called. But for the purpose of this conversation, it is called the pointy thing on the front of a ship. And from here, I'm going to put on my first ropes up to the front sail. Again, I'm sure it has a more technical name rather than front sail. I just want to check the length. I don't think that's long enough, so I just make it a bit longer. Go and collect the items that I've dropped in the water. Realise that I can't actually get out of the water now because I removed that block, and put in a ladder so I can. I'm going to use that many times. Just extend the pointy thing a bit longer, and then start building my ropes. And I'm going to use spruce fencing to do this. Now, I go to the top of this mast to start the fencing down and realise that I don't have my flag on this section. So I put a flag on. This one doesn't need to be as tall as the one before. So I've now looked at some of the sections of a ship, so I know what I'm talking about. This would be the foremast. Yes, the foremast. I've just Googled it. So I'm making the flag on the foremast. And the pointy bit at the front is called a bowsprit. No, sorry, bowsprit? Bowsprit? Bowsprit. I think it's bowsprit. Yes, bowsprit. Peculiar name, but bowsprit anyway. Yeah, so that's the name of the pokey bit at the front that I was calling pokey bit. Then you have the main mast, which is the big one in the centre. Then you have the mizzen or the mizzen, which is the sail at the rear, the mizzen. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So anyway, I am doing the ropes for the foremast at the moment. Making my way up. I had to replace them because they weren't quite right. They didn't get there quite right. And now it's all joined up. It's all good. I'm just wandering around at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Going to bed is what I'm doing. I'm taking a nap. Have a little ponder and get back to work. Just check to see if it looks okay. It looks alright, but I'm not entirely happy with the top section because it doesn't look like it's tight. It looks like it's bowed somewhat. So I start the front rope from the bowsprit. I guesstimate as to where I think it should go. I then run out of fence. I struggle up the ladder. I make some more fence. And I start my way back up. Realise I can't jump up there because it's double length. And start again. It's very tricky on an Xbox to get those angles right. And I die again. I am terrible at this game. Genuinely terrible. The amount of times I die unnecessarily, there's no way I could play hardcore on this game. I would just be constantly dying, and not because I was killed by any monsters or any zombies or skeletons. I mean, I would do. I'd get killed over and over again. But the reality is, I've got to dispatch this chap because he started shooting me with his trident. Yeah, the reality is I would just kill myself. I'd just fall off of the well, something. I'd find anything to fall off. And rather than having full health, again, like now, why have I not got full health? Why have I not made sure that I've got full health? Yeah, I just constantly die. Yep, just want to adjust this because I don't need double fencing. That looks okay to me. Just need to change this section. Realise I need to get underneath because I can't place one underneath. Make mistakes again. Jump off into the water. There's a tiny little baby zombie down there, but I leave him to it. He's not causing me any issues. And once again it rains. It constantly rains in this game for me. Constantly. I don't know if that's just the biome that I'm in, but it seems like I'm in perpetual rain constantly. Realise that it's not quite where it should be and readjust. Needs to be much closer than it was before. Fall off again. This time I think I do dispatch the zombie. No, I leave him to it. Don't know why I needed another sleep. I've hardly done any work. All I've done is fall. Continue building the rope up. Again, it's a guesstimate, but I think this is probably going to work well. Get rid of the old one. Realise that I've made it just too short. So rather than start again, I take out some of the sail and build the rope through the sail as if the rope is sitting on top of the sail. Now I know that probably wouldn't be in practice how it would work because that would make the sail inefficient. But this sail doesn't move and I can't physically sail this. So I'm content with how that looks. But I'm not content with the first one. So I start making my way to remove all of that, bring it forward. Frustratingly, I have to destroy all of these. Again, using the Xbox controller, the inefficiency of it is really, really difficult. It would be so easier to do that with the mouse because the mouse is far more accurate. I think I could probably use a mouse and keyboard, but I would need a decent setup. At the moment I'm sitting in a chair and I don't think I can get away with a keyboard in a chair, just because of the way that I'm sitting and playing. I did try though using a mouse and a controller, using only the left stick of the controller but then using the mouse, but then you have to rejig all of the buttons because then you can't use the right trigger and the right top button, the bumper button, for, well, what would be, it wouldn't be attack, but the right bumper button switches between the bottom 8 selections for whatever that you've got in the selection boxes. So I had to rejig that around and it was just a bit faffy and it doesn't particularly work very well. So I will try a keyboard though, but at the moment I'm just going to go back to the good old fashioned. So this is the first of the ropes between the centres. This didn't cause me too many issues because they're relatively straightforward, apart from when I put them in the wrong place. What will cause an issue is the other side when I put the ropes in for where the ladder is, because I'm going to have to go round the ladder and figure out a solution. Much like I did for the crow's nest. Remove all the wool, hopefully without falling. But clearly I can't. And I die again. I think I need a death count on this. But I did see a creeper still lurking around. He's one. I don't know if I haven't lit that up correctly on the sail. Clearly I haven't, because the creeper's spawned. So I do need to dispatch of him. And I was just looking to see if I had enough string to make a bow, but I don't. I can't remember exactly where he was either. I think he was in here somewhere. He was in one of these little nooks. Because this was the last section that I was building, so he must be in here somewhere. There he is. But I still don't have a bow, so I can't get rid of him. Now I'm figuring out how to make this rope between the sections. I'm having a little ponder. I make my way over. There's the creeper. Fortunately, I didn't die on that one. I had just enough life. I realise I don't have enough fencing, so I go to the nearest spruce tree and start my way hacking through it. I don't know whether or not that's the most efficient way to get up a spruce tree, but because there's 4 trees in one, you can't just cut all the way because it's so tall. So I tend to do it in a spiral manner, and that's the only way that I've found to get it all the way down. May not be the most effective, but if you know of any more effective ways, let me know. But for now, I'll just continue doing what I'm doing. Make sure I plant them back again. Pick up some loose odds. Do some inventory work, craft some more fences. Take some more food because I'm probably going to fall and die. Get rid of some more meat. And take my bow to see if I can dispatch that little fella that is hiding in my sail. The main sail. Check if he's got anything. He hasn't. The wandering trader is useless as usual. Need to make my way up. I can't sleep. I don't know why I've tried to sleep. Just make sure I'm getting to the right height for the center rope. And I have. I don't consider that this creeper is there. I don't even think about the creeper, remarkably, because clearly I just get distracted. But he's not there. Not that I can see him. He's obviously made his way somewhere else. So hopefully he won't cause me any issues. I'll shear my way back down. Pick up the loose pieces of wool, check out for the creeper. I can't find him. Doesn't seem to be anywhere. Still can't see him. So then I start on the ropes between the mainsail and the mizzen, or the mizzen. Now I've got the same issue as I've got with the crow's nest. I can't put the rope on the main center pole for the main sail because there is a ladder there. So I have to devise a plan to figure that out. But before then I'll go to sleep because I'll sleep on it and figure it out that way. And the way that I do it is like this. Because I still need to get up the ladder when I'm climbing to the crow's nest. So I put the rope section like this. Realise I haven't put my flag on the mizzen, or the mizzen. Put my flag up. I still jump like that again, even though I know from previous flags that I've put up that I cannot put a piece of wall underneath me by jumping. But still I try. Just check the way that the wind is blowing. and then get making my flag. Continue with the rope. I need to get below. And then join up the ropes from the mainsail to the mizzen. Get rid of my leftover wool. And then put on the middle rope. I'm sure there is a technical name for that middle rope. I need the same solution as before. Which allows me to still be able to climb up the ladder. Make it more aesthetically pleasing. That seems to work. Remove my wool. Taking care that I don't take any of the sail away. Make a decision. And I just about make it. Surprisingly, though, not on a great deal of health. And then I make the rope to the mizzen from the back section of the boat, which I guess would be the quarterdeck area. So the rope for the quarterdeck to the mizzen. This one's straightforward because I've got less space, so I know that I can go from the rear of the quarterdeck. I need to at least go up 2 sections and then move across by 1 block. So this one, whilst it's a guesstimate, it's pretty much going to be there or thereabouts. And as it turns out, it's perfect. Make my way down, take out my wool, have a little sleep, and consider a good day's work. Make my way over, have a little swim. It's beautiful in here. And then take a look at how the ship is looking. And I'm pretty impressed by that. I am a Minecraft amateur, and I appreciate that I've followed a tutorial, but I am very impressed with how that looks. So please, if you do like my work and you do like following me and watching my videos, please subscribe, please give us a like, and enjoy swimming with the dolphins as I did. Have a great day all. See you later, peeps.